Hello everybody and welcome to Working Title Productions. My name's Ben, his name is Ed, and we're here to bring you another review in Movie Talk. And today we're talking about Deepwater Horizon. This is the film about the oil rig out in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah.
Yep, off the coast
Just
of Louisiana.
off the coast of Louisiana in 2010. This was a rig. Everybody calls it like BP's oil rig. BP hired out this rig to drill a hole and basically just everything went wrong. This is one heavy movie. Like, don't go into this looking for like your disaster flick. This isn't like 2012. This isn't like San Andreas. It's not even like Titanic. Like, this is just a very straightforward and real depiction about a horrible disaster wherein people died. Like, and I didn't even realize how many people died until watching this movie. 11 people died. Spoilers, obviously, but this was a real world event, so...
I mean, we covered it in our Sully review that if something's based on a true story, you can't spoil it.
True. I mean, I'll try to avoid too much, but you get the idea of where this film is going. It's very, very intense, but not in a very hand-up way, I thought. Like, the film just tells a story and allows you to feel things for yourself. The music doesn't swell and get all super dramatic to try and force you to feel like terror or grief or sadness. It just serves the film, and everything is like that. They don't intentionally make shots look claustrophobic when they're in hallways or when there's like mud and oil splattering everywhere. They just compose it so you can see what's happening. It's very straightforward, but not in a boring way. It's in a very raw kind of way. It's in a very real kind of way. I'm going to stop talking for a sec because I feel like I need to let you say something.
No, that's alright. Yeah, the movie is very well made, obviously. And what's really cool about it is that it just tells like this like really human story. Like, I don't know, it's just a story of these people in a bad situation. I feel like I said that about another movie we watched recently, but I can't think of what it was.
Possibly Sully.
Yeah, possibly Sully.
Yep.
Yeah, could have been Sully.
Actually, that's probably the closest comparison I can make for the films we've seen so far this year.
And I think it even feels more real than Sully does.
Oh, no, definitely.
Like, it's really impressive how they do it. And it came up, while Ben was talking, I came up with a good word. It has a real sense of veracity to it.
Ooh, that is a good word.
Right? Yeah,
I like
advanced English coming back to haunt me.
Definitely. Haunt you? Serve you?
Haunt me, serve you? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. But yeah, like, veracity obviously meaning true.
Intense,
and
true.
Yeah, it just means truth, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does.
and
intense from.
Yeah, it's a very thrilling watch. And not because of, movie magic to make it thrilling. It's thrilling because it's like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. What is happening? Oh my god, no, okay, it got worse. Oh my gosh. Oh well, we did start yelling.
Yeah, we need to stop yelling.
Yeah.
It is very intense. I want to take a moment to really shine a light on all the actors in this movie. A lot of them don't get a lot of screen time, but what they do is very impressive, and it's very good to see. The supporting cast in this film is amazing. We've got, oh my god, why are all their names leaving me? Kate Hudson? Yeah. Kate Hudson, Kurt Russell, Dylan O'Brien's in it. They all do wonderful, wonderful jobs.
Dylan O'Brien's actually pretty good.
He shows
a lot of range.
He looked, at first I didn't recognise him. He was just construction dude working on the rig. Dirt. Yeah, he is baked in dirt. He doesn't look anything like. I've only actually seen him in the Maze Runner. I've heard he's good in other things, but that's all I've seen him in. He looks completely different. I'm like,
he's done a lot of growing up.
Yeah, it was only after he'd been on screen for a while I was looking like, and I actually went over to you. I was like, wait, is that Dylan O'Brien? Eddie? No, I said, is that the Maze Runner guy? That's Dylan O'Brien. Yeah. He was amazing.
That's what her name is.
My stomach is doing a lot of internal farts.
Gina Rodriguez.
Thank you, Edward.
Oh, and there's John Malkovich, who plays the evil BP guy.
That's right.
Damn,
John Malkovich.
I didn't pick that.
Gina Rodriguez, John Malkovich, they do a great job as well. There are other actors, obviously, who aren't quite as big, but everybody does a really solid job in this film. They all really bring their A game. There's a lot of I mean, not all of them have subtlety and nuance, simply because there isn't much call for it, but those that do need to call on it, they really do bring it. It's very impressive. Cinematography wise, the way this is shot, the way it's composed, it's pretty stock standard. A lot of it reminded me of the oil rig scene from Man of Steel.
I was gonna bring that up,
and I wanted to make the joke in theater, but it was just far too serious.
It feels way more real than Man of Steel does. Like, Man of Steel is just like, oh yeah, they're having a grand old time hidden away in their little room where they're safe from all the explosions. Nope, everything's getting stuffed up.
It's not what happens in this movie. Not at all.
And going back to like the portrayal of the actors, it's not that any of them are like fascinating characters or anything. It's their performances are good because they just do a good job of portraying
they're honest
real humans in human
circumstances.
Conditions,
human circumstances, but extreme human circumstances. These are very honest and raw performances, and that's really something that permeates. Another good word, permeates throughout the entire movie. This film, it's not trying to hit big themes. It's not trying to like really sell this horrible moment to you. It just tells the story for what it was. John Malkovich's character, if any, might be a little exaggerated. He's certainly made out to be the antagonist. I don't know how awful the BP guys were in the actual scenario, but obviously the buck falls down to them at the end of the day. It did in the real world. It does in the movie. They're clearly shown to have been the ones that kind of allowed this to happen. The whole crew kind of does, but they're answering to these guys, and they're the ones that flip the switch at the end of the day.
And you even said at the end of the movie they got indicted for manslaughter. The BP officials. And
the characters, the characters representing these people from BP, they clearly look traumatized. Like, they realize they've done something awful here. So again, it's not like really ham-fisted, like, well, there's your big bad corporate guy.
Not like Sully.
No, not like Sully at all. It is like corporate dude screwed up. People paid the consequences. But again, very real. I keep coming to that. I keep repeating myself. This is a very real film. Yeah. Be prepared going into this. It's not exactly something for the lighthearted. If you're looking for a good, honest time at the movies, this isn't the film you should see this weekend. Go watch, is Inferno came out today?
Yeah, Inferno. I don't think I can recommend that in good conscience just because it looks really bad.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. We've got to give it the benefit of the doubt. If you're looking for the light-hearted entertainment film, do not see Deepwater Horizon. This is a film you go to see.
Secret Life of Pets is out in Australia now, so you can go see that.
Go see Secret Life of Pets.
That'll work.
There's probably something out for you worldwide viewers. All zero of you.
Storks is another anime one in theaters in America. Go see Storks. I don't know what that's about.
Deepwater Horizon is... I don't want to call it an event film, but this is certainly something far more intense. This is something you go down to watch and to relive this horrible event from 6 years ago. And it left me... I was kind of bummed out when I came out of the theatre. I'm struggling for words now because it just left me so bummed out. Like, I keep thinking of things to say, and I'm reminded about how awful this event was and how tragic it was.
And it's really strange because a lot of these sort of movies like try and have like this like really uplifting moral at the end of it and like try and make you feel good by the end of it. But this movie just doesn't feel good by the end of it. It's like this, at least this like really ugly sensation in your stomach like as you leave, because it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so bad.
But again, not a ham-fisted ugliness either. It's like just ugliness.
Yeah. And there's heaps of really cool moments towards the end of the movie that like really like brings it home for you. First of all, Kurt Russell plays like the captain of the entire rig. He's like the leader. And so when they all get on like the rescue ship that conveniently happened to be there off the rig.
It's not a rescue ship. It's like the companion-y...
Well, it wasn't meant to be a rescue ship. It just ended up being one.
Exactly. Let's try not to give too much away.
And... Alright, they're cool moments.
Do it. Say it. Talk about it.
These are moments at the end of the film, so if you don't want to know what happens in anything, like, whatever, alright.
Click away.
You've had your morning. Like, he takes a roll call, and first few guys, they're like, here, and then and then he goes through a couple of more guys who aren't there, and then like when she's just like, is anyone from like the lower engine room here, and it's just silence, and you're like, oh man, jeez.
Except Dylan
Except
O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien. Well, he wasn't meant to be in the lower
And-
engine room. He just ended up there
Yeah.
to try and rescue a couple of people, which didn't work.
Very sad.
And then after that, the crew all prayed together, and I'm like, oh man, that's really sad. Not in like, oh, that's hang on. It's just really like, oh man, like all
This
these people who might not necessarily be religious, like all just like coming together to just like just try and survive this together. Yeah.
One critique I will make of the film, at the start, there is a little bit too much foreshadowing for my liking. There is this really cool scene at the start. He's with his daughter and you see some foreshadowing. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. You can watch the film and appreciate it yourself. But then there are a couple of more foreshadowing moments right at the start as well, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. Something bad's going to go down. We know that. We've seen the trailers. Like, come on. But then the rest of the film is excellent, really. Like, there's nothing like groundbreaking here. It's just a raw and honest film, and quite enjoyable in a cinematic sort of way, doing what films are meant to do. You know, they're supposed to bring out the emotion in you. They're supposed to tell a story, and that's what this film does, and it does it really, really well. I don't think there's much more to say.
Yeah. It was really funny because at the start of the movie we see like the cement crack a little bit and then a bubble come up, and so I leaned over to Ben and I was like, yeah, attack with the bubbles, and then the movie ended up being Attack with the Bubbles, and I was like, ah.
Literally for the next 5 minutes, all I could think about was Finding Nemo. My bubbles. Then that wraps up everything we've got to say. If you've enjoyed this review and you want to see more like it, you can subscribe below. You can check out our Facebook page as well, facebook.com/working title YouTube. Give it a like. Get your notifications going with it. You can keep up to date with everything we do. There is more Facebook content coming. We're really looking forward to it, actually. There's also Game Talk Plays. There's weekend content as well you can check out. Go look at all of those. Share it if you're enjoying it. We really appreciate all the viewership that we get. You can tweet to us. I'm BenjWaters01. He's Edward Nowak. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And until next time. Oh, hang on. Ratings. I give this film an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, you gave it a number.
Yeah, I
You
did.
never give it numbers.
I never give it numbers. I felt like I should. Do you want me to give it a less generic rating?
I don't know. If you
I
want.
give it a go see it in VMAX or Gold Class.
I
Go-
don't think it's having VMAX or Gold
no.
Class screenings.
Go watch it and take all your food with you and drown your sorrows in food. Out of
That was a
10.
weird thing to say. Drown your sorrows in food out of 10.
It's excellent film. I highly recommend you go see it. Ed?
Yeah, it's a solid 8.5. Yeah, if you're willing to watch something that's super depressing, then yeah, go for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. If you're someone who like just can't handle sad movies, don't. This film will wreck you. But if you can, then obviously, as we've said, go see it, guys. This is an amazing movie. We really enjoyed it. We hope you do too. Until next time, guys, have a good one.